Well, it's that time of year again, and Apple has just dropped a brand new iPhone. And I'll admit, it looks pretty cool. It's got a different design, it's got some upgraded features, the camera looks better. But I am here to be the voice of reason to tell you why you do not need a new iPhone. Let's get into it. Every year, the new iPhone has a better chip, faster processor, more storage, maybe an increased battery capacity, but let's be honest, do you really need that? I mean, the average smartphone is incredible. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because since I switched over to iPhone 5 years ago, I've upgraded my iPhone 3 times. So I went from the iPhone 11 to the 15 Pro Max to the 16 Pro. Now I'll admit, the only reason I switched to the 16 Pro is because I switched from Verizon to AT&T, and I basically got a free phone in doing that. So keep that in mind. But I look at these new iPhones and I just think, I don't need that. My current iPhone works perfectly. And I think that is going to be the case for most people. Now, by all means, if you want to buy a new iPhone, buy a new iPhone. I do not care. But I'm just sitting here justifying my position that I don't think I need a new iPhone for a while. It's funny, the biggest reason most people need new phones is because their battery fails. I remember having a friend that got the iPhone 11, loved it, but it got to the point where he had to always have his iPhone in one of those permanent charging cases. And he said, yeah, my battery's so horrible. I love this phone. I really don't want to get a new one, but I just can't live with this anymore. I need to upgrade. And yeah, that totally makes sense in some regards. But I've learned that you can go on Apple's website and they will direct you to a repair service that will replace your battery for around, give or take, depending on the phone, $100. So if you've got a great phone, but the battery life stinks and you're having battery issues, I'm just saying an option rather than spend $1,000 on a new phone and sell your current phone for 600 is maybe just spend $100 and get a new battery. That's something that I know I'm going to do with this phone when my battery starts to decline. Now, on the topic of battery capacity, it is kind of interesting because my last phone, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the battery life was pretty bad. It deteriorated really quickly. It heated up all the time. This phone, my battery health almost a year later is still at 100%. So I don't know if there's some things that Apple's fixed, but it depends on the phone that you have. And I happen to be in a really good situation. It's no surprise that it's going to be more affordable to just replace the battery rather than replace the whole phone. But another reason that someone might want to replace their phone is the software updates. And the truth is, especially in this day and age, you really don't need a new phone for at least 5 years. I mean, keep in mind, I've had this phone for less than a year. I plan on having it hopefully that long, but the software really isn't going to leave you behind. I really don't think that 4 to 5 years later, you're going to need to upgrade just because the software is, your phone isn't capable of the newest software. We'll see what happens, and Apple is in control of that. And I know in the past that's kind of been a controversial thing, but it's not really a problem anymore. You should be able to keep your phone and keep the software up to speed enough to run all the biggest, most important apps that you want to have. Again, could be wrong, but that's certainly the case now. Okay, the last point is worth mentioning. I mean, phones use a lot of materials to produce, and there's a lot of waste. I have bought and sold phones and iPads and all these devices on the secondary market, and I love to consume as most Americans do. But it's pretty simple to say, and I don't think it's that controversial to say how much waste there is from cell phones. I mean, from, millions, hundreds of millions of Americans and just people worldwide that get new phones every so often. Think of all the waste that produces. I don't know. I'm not super dialed into the statistics there, but it's definitely something worth mentioning. Certainly a pro to hold on to your phone as long as you can, which kind of leads into my ultimate point in wrapping all this together. I started this tech channel because I love tech. I love stuff. I love my iPad, my Apple Pencil. I love, my Tesla that I drive. I love talking about my headphones, all this tech, from this wireless microphone to the computer monitor that I'm looking at and the standing desk that raises up and down. I just love tech. I love innovation, and it's fun to get new things. The dopamine hit is great. Who doesn't love new stuff? But I have learned as have gotten older that you should just buy nice instead of buying twice. And so I spent, a lot of money on an iPad Pro, on a MacBook with 24 gigs of RAM, which is a lot for me. Everyone's different. And this iPhone Pro that I'm hoping will last at least 5 years. That's kind of my goal. Whenever I buy something, I want it to last. And from more of a electronic or consumable like a hat or a shoe or a shirt, I want it to last 5 to 10 years. That's my goal. Is it because I'm worried about the waste that's being produced on planet Earth? Well, it doesn't keep me up at night, but I mean, it's a real thing. There's a ton of waste that's produced. It's, environmentally responsible to do that. But ultimately, it just is more enjoyable to buy something nice, let it last as long as you can, enjoy the nice features, and not buy the cheap stuff and have to upgrade every so often. So, anyways, this is my video about why you do not need the newest iPhone. Thanks for watching.